Before a wedding, during a wedding, as a host or a guest, do you know the proper etiquette around that special big day? It seems many of us might need a refresher. To help me go over the rules is etiquette expert Maria Dahl. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you, Kathy, for having me.
So you have a couple main points. Let's get right to it. We're going to touch on invitations, save the date invitations. When should the bride be giving those out to her guests?
The save the date card should go out probably about 6 to 12 months prior to the date of the wedding. For out-of-town guests, those formal invitations would go out usually about 8 weeks prior to the date. And then for in-town invitations should go out maybe about 4 to 6 weeks prior. Now, with the save the date, sometimes people will get that card, which is very helpful, and they might say, ooh, I'm not going to be able to make it to the wedding, and they'll maybe contact the couple. So when the couple are actually sending those invitations out, those people that have said, we're not coming to the wedding, should not receive an invitation.
Okay, fair enough. Now, on the invitation, this I didn't know, the couple should not be putting in, oh, we would like this for a gift or that.
Oh, yes.
Suggestions for gifts, no.
No, because the wedding is about celebrating a wonderful milestone.
Right.
We're not trying to fish for gifts. So in essence, what a lot of couples will do, will actually have a wedding website. So all of that information about gifts, registry, should all be placed on that gift registry or on the wedding website. And what's nice on the Save the Date card is you can link to that website. But never on the Save the Date card either is there anything about, I'm registered here and I sure would like cash.
$100 would be great. I'm just kidding. Okay, etiquette at the ceremony. Of course, everybody has a phone now.
Yes.
There's some rules around that. Phones should be a no-no at the ceremony.
Right, so phones should be entirely turned off, no live tweeting, no selfies or anything like that. We don't want to get in the way of the photographer or the videographer.
Because that's why they hired them, right?
Exactly, exactly. And sometimes couples will actually request that their guests not take photos at the ceremony itself. But you know, there's many other times during the day that they can actually take photos, but maybe not during that ceremony so that the videographer doesn't have to be leaping over people to get the
people off.
Exactly.
Unless the bride and groom says, okay, you guys can go ahead and take photos and tweet them out, then would you? But if not, the rule is just leave your phones at home.
Right, or at least leave them off during the ceremony.
Right.
And also a word you brought up too about photos as well. So when photos are being taken, it's really, really important to get the permission of the couple before they're posted to any social media platforms. Honor their privacy as well.
Okay. Next up is etiquette around the bar at the reception. So cash bar is a no-no. I didn't know that.
Yes, cash bar, from a functional perspective, I understand cash bars. Number one, there's the money factor. There's also the idiot factor, right? So we want to remember our reception with pleasure rather than pain, having someone completely drunk and being stupid.
Right.
However, cash bar from an etiquette perspective is a big no-no. So one might decide, okay, maybe I'll go for maybe a dry reception. But once again, that might not be the best choice either, because guests may actually leave the reception to go and drink elsewhere, which is what you don't want.
Right. You want them to stay at the wedding.
Exactly. So a middle-of-the-road kind of solution that kind of helps with both of those factors is to actually serve beer, wine, and a nice signature cocktail both before and after the meal. And then just when the cake cutting happens, stop all alcohol and then offer a nice coffee or tea bar service.
Specialty coffee, you were saying.
Exactly. So then in that case, then most people like to drink coffee or tea anyway with the dessert, and then we've hopefully mitigating any issues with anyone getting overly impaired.
Okay, so kind of the middle of the way there. Gifts. I'm always stumped on this. Whether it's a destination or an in-town wedding, what can you give money? You know, if they don't ask, like, what's the etiquette around that?
Right. So once again, with that wedding website can be very, very helpful to get that information. Where are they registered? What's the protocol in terms of cash? Some cultures actually do want what's called presentation. So all that means is that you present your cash gift to the bride and groom either during the receiving line or maybe after the meal. They'll actually have a table set up and the couple will sit there, and then you will actually just present your cash gift to them. And some cultures do insist on that, and if that's the case, then we need to do likewise as the guest.
And in terms of how much, it's whatever, you know, there's no set $50 or $100, right?
No, it used to be that price per plate as kind of your, as sort of that rule of thumb, but that's gone by the wayside because number one, the couple should not be trying to recoup the expenses from their wedding with the gifts, which is certainly not very good to do. So the idea is that it's whatever we can afford to give. So that's what's nice for the couple. If they go through the gift registry and have different price points, then they have an opportunity then that their guests will then have something that they can purchase, and it's not going to maybe be overspending or putting them in a case of maybe going into debt.
All right, thank you so much, etiquette expert Maria Dahl in studio. Now everyone knows what to do, what not to do around that special day.